Hello and welcome. Namaste, Assalamu alaikum, Sat Sri Akal ji, Vanakkam, and all the greetings, because India, like the whole world, is full of different languages, different cultures, but we all want to say hello. So hello to you, and I hope that you and yours are well wherever you are. Welcome to a Brit Reacts to Bollywood. We are rapidly approaching the culmination of this 100 Greatest Bollywood Songs on the BBC Asian network. So I'm at number 14 now, and this is a really modern one, and I'd be really interested to hear what you think of it. This is from the film Jab We Met. A really strange combination of Hindi and English. Jab We Met, which means when we met. It's a 2007 romantic comedy written and directed by Imtiaz Ali and produced by Dylan Mehta. The film stars Kareena Kapoor and Shahid Kapoor in their fourth film together, alongside Dara Singh, Pavan Malhotra and Soumya Tandon in supporting roles. It received critical acclaim. It's developed a cult following since its release, perhaps a bit like Three Idiots, around the same period. It's primarily based in Mumbai, Bathinda and Shimla. It tells the story of a feisty Punjabi girl, Geet Dillon, who is sent off track when she bumps into a depressed Mumbai businessman, Aditya Kashyap, on an overnight train to Delhi. While attempting to get him back on board when he alights at a station stop, both are left stranded in the middle of nowhere. Having walked out of his corporate business after being dumped by his girlfriend, Aditya has no destination in mind until Geet forces him to accompany her back home to her family and then on to elope with her secret boyfriend, Anshuman. And I've got a synopsis here, which is Aditya, a heartbroken tycoon on the verge of committing suicide, aimlessly boards a train. He meets Geet, a high-spirited girl who plans to elope with her lover and finds himself pulled into her crazy life. That's pretty good. The poster is pretty random. It's very aesthetically of the period of sort of 2007, 2008. Sort of imagined Polaroids there. We've got these two characters sitting on what looks like a railway location sign, and we've got some sort of letters and some random early 2000s imagery and signs on this film's poster. Pretty good. Pretty good. I'm sure it's popular. The song we're looking at is MAUJA Hi MAUJA. It's sung by Mika Singh. The music is by Pritam. I don't know what to expect. Oh, I've got some lyrics here in English. They will be useful. Let's take a look and see. Okay. Very flashy.
Let me hear you shout!
This is very early 2000s. The whole world is glowing. Now that love is spreading in the air. Okay. I'd even say this is like late 90s type of imagery and dance culture. Lots of European dancers. A kind of generic nightclub scene.
बच्चों, तुम्हारे माँ बाप बड़े शैतान हैं। इन्होंने बार बार झूठ बोला, मगर मैंने पहली नजर में पकड़ लिया था, है कि नहीं?
जी दादी।
देखा वही सच निकला कि नहीं?
जी दादी।
अरे बच्चों, हमारी उम्र में वक्त नहीं लगता, एक झलक काफी होती है ये पहचानने के लिए कि लड़के और लड़की के बीच क्या चल रहा है।
जी दादी।
All right, let me be honest, this is so generic and so bland, and so I've seen a couple of videos like this before where they're just it's basically the actors doing a dance routine to a song, which may be good or may not be as good. It's so strange to me because it seems totally divorced from the film, and perhaps I'm mistaken. Perhaps this is an important part of the film's plot, or perhaps it isn't. It seemed to me like you had the cast lit or a sort of credits in this video as though this were like an opening dance and song to the film or an ending dance and song to the film, because there was a bit of plot with the elderly gentleman on the bed and they're sort of talking to him. I presume it might be like a celebratory end song, please tell me, because it makes no sense otherwise. The song itself seems like a very positive and upbeat song. Perhaps it's a very skilled, popular song, maybe a really popular dance song for people in parties and things. Let me know. As a video, it makes very little sense. At least with a lot of the other songs in this series that I've done in the last year, 2 years now, there's been some context, some sense of this being as a part of the film and these people being characters. Because to me, it just feels like, oh, here's Kareena Kapoor dancing in a new dance video that you've never seen before. And it feels divorced from the story, and that's a problem for me. As an actor, as somebody who loves cinema and who likes to write and who loves writing, why am I being presented with a music video with a tiny bit of story of this elderly gentleman and these two making promises to him? I'm not sure exactly what they're saying because it's in Hindi, but it's like, what is this? And I would much rather something which is part of the story, which is telling you something from the story. That's what's interesting to me. But I'm not interested in a sort of generic nightclub and seeing flashy lights and European dancers to make it look exotic and all of this stuff that's not necessary to a story about people who get off a train and they're sort of an odd couple and they're trying to find their way back home. It doesn't make any sense. So that's my take on it. I think it's a really curious form of filmmaking, and it's probably more a modern phenomenon in Bollywood cinema, where I don't see the need for it. Let me know what you think of this song. Do you think this is appropriate for the list? Do you think this should make number 14 in 100 greatest Bollywood songs? To me, I don't get it. I don't get it. I'm sure they're great in the film. This is the limit of this channel. I suppose I could watch the whole film and then review it. At the moment, I'm just reviewing particular songs and the music video attached to that, the part of the film attached to that visually. So it's a really curious, surprising, out of context thing to see. Let me know your thoughts. I really, really hope that the next one is something compelling. Let's have a look. Okay, shall I tell you what the next one is? Kuch Kuch Hota Hai, from the film Kuch Kuch Hota Hai. How exciting. That because I've heard of that. Okay, I'm looking forward to that. You know, every song is different, and every video is different, and every film's different. So I hope that you've enjoyed this. I am loving watching your comments and responding. I really appreciate the community that this has and all of your feedback. I am your Brit reacting to Bollywood. I am operating from a place of ignorance, largely, of Bollywood as a British person. So this is why I am doing these videos and why I ask these questions and why I give these particular viewpoints. I am your Brit reacting to Bollywood saying, chin chin, many thanks to you all. Cheerio!